And there was limited channels in terms of where you could pick up this media coverage and news on entertainment. It wasn't like today where the channels and perspectives and opinions are just unlimited. I mean, back then TV was different. So what you heard was probably more negative than anything positive in the media coverage on TV at all.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And for many, many years, people said, "Oh, you were in that movie?" And, you know, they didn't even see the movie, but I think they thought it was soft porn or something because people would, it was just taboo. However you watch it today, it's the most innocent film in the world, and even compared to horror movies, it hardly has anything in it. I mean, very little blood, little bitty gore, and certainly no nudity, cursing, or whatever that causes everybody to get X's and F's nowadays.
One of the scenes that bothers me most is where you have the sack put over your head and you're put in the truck. Did you want to talk a little bit about that scene? And that's probably because I'm claustrophobic. So to me, that would be a nightmare.
Well, that was an interesting scene because I'd already had enough torture from everybody during that. And especially in the slaughterhouse where I'd almost killed myself running through the door, and Cito was beating me with a broom. And then they said, "We're going to get in the truck now, and Jim's going to be hitting you with the stick." That's when I said, "Oh, no one sees my face and no one sees my body. Just a bag moving. Stunt girl." And we called it Mary Church. She wiggled, and Jim could take. And then, of course, when she wasn't in the bag, he sat there and pucked and pucked and pucked and hit the. And somebody back there is making Foley noises. But nobody really got killed in that bag. I guarantee you there would have been some limbs lost.
And how long did it take to film?
Forever. It seemed that way. But many sources say different things. I'd say, I don't know, 6 weeks, and then maybe some shots taken here and there afterwards. People will differ with me because there are pickups and all kinds of, you know, and different things had to be finished at different times. So today you can read anywhere from gosh knows what.
And so what has your involvement in the entertainment world been since then?
Oh, I've kept acting in movies, but right now, due to the popularity of Chainsaw, it seems that I've been doing a lot of these conventions. And it's just really amazing, especially this year. But it's a delight, and I'm very glad to be here.
And you've worked with Edwin Neal again in Future Kill, correct? And what was your experience in Future Kill?
Oh, we had a great time, especially in those costumes. If you get a chance to see the movie, you'll understand what I mean.
Yeah, that movie is classic. It is. And what could you tell me about this movie, Kiss Daddy Goodbye?
That was an interesting movie. I'm amazed people seem to have pulled it off the shelf lately and really like the movie. They enjoy the kids in it. At the time it came out, though, I don't think it was very popular. I think it's a surprise to see it around today, and as much as I've seen it around today, I must see it again because evidently there's something I missed in the first time around.
Interesting. Well, it's been lovely having this interview with you, and thank you very, very, very much. And I'm sure I can ask you about every single scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre because that movie is just so unique to me. And watching it for the first time, especially young, is quite an experience. I mean, it's just terrifying. Is there any other stories that you'd like to contribute?
The list goes on and on. I think the best one I ever had was about 3 years ago. I learned that they really didn't cut my finger as an accident. They couldn't get the knife to work with the tape and the blood to spool out, so they decided just to cut my finger. Telling the story, and they accidentally, Gunner went, "Marylin, didn't accidentally do anything. We couldn't get it to work. The prop knife wouldn't work, so we just decided to cut you." So when you see me being cut, that's a great piece of acting there. They're cutting my finger with the knife in the
Wow, that's what I was afraid of. I'm getting chills right now. Well, you know, it just seems, everything in that movie seems so real. The setting, the acting, everyone's physical appearance. I mean, if you were to just block out the sound and just visually watch it, it all seems convincing. And it kind of seems like what you're saying. It seems like everyone was just under physical, grueling conditions and tired and exhausted, and it took a lot to do certain scenes, like the running scenes, that kind of like you described, that whole tenseness of almost wanting to kill each other, that made it real.
It added a lot to the movie, and its authenticity, I'm sure.
And ironically, you're still close with everybody afterwards, and it was a success once it was completed, and it was a done deal, right?
And we all have a real good time now. So it's definitely worth it, and I'm very glad to be here.
So you don't hold anybody against cutting your finger?
Oh, absolutely not. Though I wish they would have told me a few years, earlier. I felt so dumb telling that story. They accidentally, no, they didn't.
That's determination and passion and wanting to complete something. Thank you so, so much.
Thanks a lot. I love being here. Thanks, Priscilla.
And that concludes my interview with Marylin Burns.